Good morning, beloveds. I'm having one of those mornings. We have entered daylight saving time, which means we sprung forward and lost an hour last night. What we did was when my partner came home, we reset. We have two digital clocks that aren't connected to anything, so so we reset those because one of them sits in the living room where we can both see it. We reset those, bumped them an hour ahead at like 7 o'clock at night, and then pretended that's what time it was. And I had a little trouble going to sleep, but not too much. And I feel like I got a good night's sleep, and I feel pretty decent this morning. So when the alarm went off at, what arguably is 5 o'clock in the morning, which is 6, so that we could get up and go to the gym, I was like, no, okay, I feel like I got a pretty good night's sleep. It was a little weird to drive to the gym in the dark again, but okay. It is March 12th. Our title is How Much Can I Trust? The first quote is, God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. And that is Psalm 46:1. The second quote is, a prayer of faith is an unconditional belief in both the ability and the desire of spirit to hear and answer. That is Science of Mind, page 500. Students of the Science of Mind philosophy learn, among other things, a form of affirmative prayer known as spiritual treatment. This method of prayer includes a series of well-considered steps designed to induce a feeling of oneness with God and an acceptance of good in the mind of the person praying. The last step of spiritual treatment, and seemingly the simplest, is called release, and involves simply releasing the process to God. Is this actually the simplest steps? Perhaps, in some ways it is, but inherent in the releasing is the suggestion I trust the universe to bring about the good I accept for myself. And trusting in the infinite invisible is a great step. Trusting means we give up the need to manipulate our lives and worry about how the good we desire will come to pass. Instead, we allow the universal presence to do what it knows to do. Releasing our prayer requires us to have faith that the something greater than we are, have faith in the something greater than we are to create an entirely new condition out of itself for us. Although we may face discouraging circumstances, we really do have within us all that we need. God created all that is, and I daily use divine wisdom in all that I think, say, and do. I trust God to respond to my thoughts. I trust the power of the universe to become the good things I desire. I release the need to manipulate, and I accept perfect outcomes in every situation I face. My life continually expresses my trust in the universe. And that is MS. Margaret Stortz. All right. Now. And I'm talking to my cat live on camera. Good. Well, all right then. All right. So trusting means that we give up the need to manipulate our lives and worry about how the good we desire will come to pass. Right? That is kind of the kicker sentence in there, which is one of the reasons why in spiritual mind treatment, and the thing about spiritual mind treatment is when you look at it, it's actually the steps that Jesus, go back and look at the steps that Jesus, when Jesus would do his prayers, the steps are the same. Because that's what Ernest Holmes said. Hey, you know what? When people pray, when Jesus prayed, he used these very specific steps. Why don't we try that? So that's where Ernest Holmes kind of got started here. That's why spiritual mind treatment is, it's the one hard and fast rule we have. Okay, you come to spiritual mind treatment, we're going to teach you this method of prayer. What you pray for, what you pray to, that's your own business. We're just going to teach you these steps because, hey, there was this really great teacher who prayed this way and was very effective praying this way. So we are responsible for the what. We are not responsible for the how. And that's what that line's about. The need to manipulate and the willingness to accept. We tell the universe, spirit, God, whatever word you want to use, what it is that we want. And we do it broadly specific, which is an oxymoron, right? It's like, these are the qualities that I want. This is how I want to feel. This is what I want to do. But we don't get down to the address, which is why I mean broadly specific. These are the qualities that I like, but and how I want to feel when I do this, or whatever it is that we're asking for. But I gotta leave the universe room to surprise me. And that's why we will frequently say this or something better. Because we don't want to manipulate, which, it's like, okay, so there's this perfect job, but there may be somebody in that job. Now, maybe that somebody in the job is ready to move on, and so then that job opening will come open. But maybe that person's not. So broadly specific is, okay, this is what I like about the job. This is what I want. I can't necessarily have that job, but I want something like that or better. All right. So broadly specific. We don't get into the how, because when we get into the how, we limit. And it also demonstrates our lack of trust. And part of this process is trust. When we limit the universe, then the universe, it's like, okay, well, it's got to be this or nothing. Well, the universe is going, okay, well, but somebody already has that, so it's not available for you. I have all this other good over here that is like this, that you could have, but you're not willing to have this because you're focused on this. All right. That's what Margaret is talking about today. If I didn't say it's MS, Margaret Stortz. That's what she's talking about. It's like, okay, so we say what broadly, specifically, and then we say, or something better, and the universe goes, alrighty then. And your good already exists. So it's just a matter of, one, you being willing to accept it, and two, you paying attention. So, and moving into the situation of, all right, here, that's why she says it seems like the simplest step, and it's not. It can be. And that's what we work on. We work on our trust issues. We do work on our trust issues. And that's where we've had those conversations. It's like, the universe, God, spirit, is not a personality. And so sometimes that makes it easier, and sometimes that makes it harder. It's like, the universe is not Santa Claus. You trust Santa Claus, don't you? Unless you grew up in a household where Santa Claus brought you socks. And then you're like, well, maybe I don't trust the universe. So, that's what I'm talking about. So how much can I trust? It does kind of come down to, how much are you willing to let go of? How much are you willing to accept? So, I think Margaret has that line. It's that line. Trusting means we give up the need to manipulate our lives and worry about how the good we desire will come to pass. When we let go, the universe finds all these interesting and amazing ways to bring us what we ask for. And it frequently doesn't look exactly like what we ask for. But most of the time, it's better. So, all right. Okay. That's, you know what? I've enjoyed all of Margaret's, I think. Sometimes Craig Carter can get a little specific, but Margaret's, she's been illuminating. All right. Okay. So I'm going to move on the mission today, should we choose to accept it, is to trust the universe, to give up the need to manipulate and worry about how our good is coming, and to trust that the universe is going to bring us what it is that we're asking for, or something better. All right. Moving forward into the spiritual practice of doing something loving for yourself, doing something kind for yourself, doing something compassionate for yourself. We have had that time shift. So if that is loving, kind, and compassionate for you, whatever it is that you need to do around that energy to be loving, kind, and compassionate for yourself, it may look like taking a nap, or it may look like yesterday, I deliberately didn't take a nap to make it easier to go to bed. So, take care of yourself. When I talk about the spiritual practice of doing something loving for yourself, doing something kind for yourself, doing something compassionate for yourself, it is absolutely about self-care. All right. I don't pretend it is anything otherwise, but I also remind you it's about making room for joy. So, and about creating a habit. You are your own best test subject. So you get immediate feedback. Is this loving? Is this kind? Is this compassionate? Yes or no? Or, hey, you know what? Mostly, but maybe I need to tweak this a little bit. It's also, you deserve your own love. You deserve your own kindness. You deserve your own compassion. All right. And as I said, it's about making room for joy. Well, what that looks like is eating dessert first. That looks like taking time out for you and wearing the nice clothes and eating the good food and being happy. You're allowed to be happy. Spirit wants you to be happy. Honestly. It's like, what do we need to do to further that? All right. Because one of the qualities of God is joy. So make room for that. Your life is a special occasion. Treat it as such. Okay. I do encourage you, as I always do, to do something to engage your mind and your body. I do encourage you to drink plenty of water. Hydration is super important. Your brain works better when it's well hydrated. I do encourage you to, clearly my brain is not quite running on all cylinders, to get early in your day bright light. Looks like it's going to be cloudy today. And I did get up before the sun this morning. The sunrise was at 7:35 and I was already halfway through my workout. So artificial light counts. Artificial light absolutely counts. What I'm talking about is a circadian rhythm. Your hormones are affected by light. They are. So if you get early in your day bright light, that will help to reset those hormones. You will have more energy during the day. You will sleep better at night. It's science. You can look it up. All right. And then my favorite quote from Ernest Holmes. I don't know if it's my favorite. It's just the one I use all the time. Open the windows of your soul. Allow the breath of heaven to remind you do live in heaven right here, right now. It's all around us all the time. And I can come at that from a couple of different directions. One, it's all God. Everything, everywhere we look, everything we see, is God's stuff. If we are all one, we're all made from the same stuff, including the inanimate. So it's all God, which means it's all good. It's what we do with it. All right? It's what we do with it. And then it's a reminder to us that heaven is a state of mind. It is not a place. It is a state of mind. It's a state of consciousness. Which the cool thing about that is once you learn to do it for yourself, once you learn to create that heavenly state of mind, that heavenly state of consciousness, heaven becomes any place. And if we practice, which is what Science of Mind does, we practice a lot and we practice a lot of different things, which in the long run is all the same thing, state of mind, heaven can become every place. We work on creating a world that works for everybody. And a bulk of that work is done on ourselves. Absolutely. Now, I'm not discounting the social justice part of it. I'm not counting all of the good we do for our neighbors. The feeding that we do, like one of the things we're doing right now is, there's a facility. It's an inpatient rehab facility, for like my friend who is living there. they're treating her for bone cancer, and she lives there. So a lot of the residents are elderly. So we've collected a box of fun snacks that they can win for prizes on bingo night. That's things that we can do to make the world a better place. But still, a bulk of the work is us. Mindset. Heavenly mindset. And as always, you can take Emma's advice. Look for the good and praise it. All right? Gratitude will get you everywhere. Okay. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to startle you there. And I just lost my train of thought. So here's where I'm going to remind you, we are Creative Life Spiritual Center, Creative Life Spark. I'm the running Rev Ryan on the social medias that I am on. I encourage you to follow us on the social medias, which means to like, share, subscribe, whatever it is that the various social medias ask you to do. Because like, we are on YouTube, we are on Instagram, we are on Facebook, we are on TikTok, and we have a very dynamic and always evolving website, which is creativelife.org. And the cool thing about the creativelife.org now is if you go to the Sunday Talks, click on the Sunday Talks, it'll take you to our YouTube channel. And if you email info@creativelife.org, that will get you on a constant contact. And in the constant contact, the hot links are hot. If it says click here now, i.e. with our soul sessions, it will, when you click there, it will take you to the soul sessions playlist on our YouTube channel. I'm proud of our YouTube channel. Can you tell? There's a lot of great content on there, so please avail yourself of that. All right. I'm going to move on into, where I get to encourage you to have a great day, wondrous day, a fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanted day, a wonder-filled day, an awesome day, a sunny day, what are you going to do today, a trusting day, a releasing day, a going to the park day. It's a good thing to do on a Sunday or any other day, honestly. A good day. And if that is too much pressure, simply have a day. You are enough just as you are. You are a beloved child of God. You are a divine spark, a brilliant light, a spirit in motion, God in action, a godling in whom God is well pleased and well represented. It is a state of grace, just as when you learn to create that heavenly state of mind, it's a state of grace. Once you learn to do it, nobody can take it away from you, ever, no matter what they say. It's yours. You being a beloved child of God. It's a state of grace, all right? It's who we are. It's what we were born to be. So, know who you are. Have faith in who you are. And it asks you to look into the eyes of another, all others, all other living beings, and see the universe looking back at you, see the spirit looking back at you. And it's a really cool thing. All right. Okay. Reverend David should be on around 5 p.m. with you. I'll be back with you at 9 a.m. But hey, it's Sunday, which means we will have an amazing service for you right here on Facebook Live. Or if you're in the area, feel free to come in person. And if you don't catch us, then you can catch us on YouTube. So if you're watching this some other day, go to the YouTube channel. You know, if you're watching this on YouTube, then, well, you're on the Running Rev Ryan YouTube channel. You have to go to the Creative Life Spiritual Center YouTube channel. But there we are. Okay, I'm just rambling now. So take care of yourself. Know that you are loved. And I will see you next time.